Welcome back. Now joining us this morning once again is friend of the show, Dave Siddon, the Executive Director for Wildlife Images, and he's brought some friends along with him. Good morning, Dave. Can you introduce us to your friends here?
I will indeed. This is Salt here, and that's Pepper. And these are two of our skunks that are educational ambassadors at Wildlife Images. And these guys, they may look like a pet, but they're really, wild animals don't make good pets. These were forfeitures from somebody that took them out of the wild as babies, thinking they'd make a great pet, and then found out it's illegal, and you got to have permits and have to be able to handle them properly. And so there's a lot that goes into that, and we have a very skilled staff that we trust with these guys and have turned them into real great ambassadors.
I love that. And it's hard to, say that they can't be pets because just look at them.
Yes. Well, and of course they do have that defense mechanism that's rather unique for a skunk. And the smell is horrendous when they do hit you with it. So, and of course we have to raise as many as 20 baby skunks a year, and of course we want to keep them wild and completely armed. So that's a real challenge for the girls and the people in the clinic, because they have to go in to feed and clean and all that, and if one of them goes off, they tend to all go off, and it could be a really, really stinky enterprise.
A really stinky situation.
Yes, it can. And so we're on the cusp of baby season. We have our first babies in now. We have, I think it's 6 baby squirrels. They're the first animals that come in, and owls are the first two. We have a baby great horned owl as well. And the owls, like great horned owls, typically start nesting really early in the season, sometimes January or February. So there's photographs of them on a nest with snow on their heads and everything, taking care of the baby. So there's a lot of needs. We're going to have our baby shower that's going to be activated now, and we're going to have drop-off spots all around the valley for people that can drop off supplies for these little babies that we have to raise, because we have to raise probably a couple hundred baby animals every year that, somebody chops down a tree and there's a nest of raccoons or whatever, woodpeckers or whatever in there. So we ask people to be very cautious when you're out in the wild. Make sure that you check out the brush or the trees before you cut them down to make sure there's no babies in it. And this is a time of season to keep your cat indoors too, because cats, we get more injured animals and wildlife because of cats than any other particular reason. So that's a huge, probably 60% of our intakes are cat-caught animals.
So is there anything else people should do if they see a baby animal in the wild?
Yeah, proceed with caution. If at all possible, like with baby birds, look for the nest and see if you can get them back up in the nest, because the old rumors about human scent being on the birds won't come back is not true at all. They can go back out in the nest. Make sure you're really careful. Fawns are brought in a lot this time of year. Don't pick up fawns. If they're out in the wild and they're bedded down, it's because mom's foraging and she'll lay the babies down. They have no scent, so that predators don't find them. But if you get out and touch them or mess with them, then of course they have a scent and predators can hone in on them and get them. So don't pick up fawns, don't pick up wildlife unless you're absolutely positive they need your help. And then be cautious, because there are things like rabies that going around. If you are approached by a fox that looks really tame, it may be a rabies vector, so hands off. Don't grab them. Don't try to make friends with a wild animal that's acting a little weird, because they may be, infected.
Yeah, good information to know. You mentioned you guys have a baby shower coming up. Can you give a little bit more details about that?
Well, we're looking for materials for raising the babies up, like pee pads and bottles and formula and cat food and all kinds of things for raising the baby animals. And we're going to have drop-off sites throughout the valley. There's going to be the Grange Co-op in Central Point and Grants Pass, Club Northwest, front desk at Wildlife Images, Safeway on 7th Street in Grants Pass. So we got several locations around the valley. There's a big box and it has Wildlife Images logo. So, feel free to drop those things off.
Awesome.
And then, of course, we have our big event coming up, and May 3rd is our big summer fundraiser.
The gala.
Yes,
the gala.
Saving Wildlife Gala.
And you guys are going to join us, right, on that?
Oh, absolutely. So will Salt and Pepper be there, dressed to the nines?
Absolutely. All of they'll be wearing their best black and white outfits. We're hoping it's a big fundraiser, because Wildlife Image is very expensive to operate. We don't have any state aid or federal aid to do what we do. They don't have, these guys don't have health care. We have to provide that with them. So it's a very expensive thing to operate, and so that's our chance to raise funds and for the public to get up close and personal with these animals. We're also going to be unveiling Gilbert's new habitat, our little baby grizzly bear.
Exciting.
And he has got a brand new habitat with a gorgeous waterfall and stream and pool in it, and
Spoiled over there.
yes.
Yeah.
So this will be the first opportunity for the public to see that, or see him in that habitat. So it's going to be an amazing night. We're going to have music and wonderful food by the Orchid Grill, and we're going to have just an amazing evening. And of course, an auction with trips to Africa and all kinds of really wonderful things as well.
Oh,
Lots
Yeah.
to look forward to.
Yeah, there are.
so much
Lots
to
and
look
lots.
forward to.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Dave, is there anything else you'd like to tell us before we say goodbye to you this morning?
I think that pretty much rounds it all up. You know, we have Mother's Day coming up also, right? The weekend after our big gala. So the weekend of the 10th is going to be Mother's Day, and we're going to have mimosas and fresh flowers for the moms. And of course, you tour wildlife, see all the young critters, and have experiences with these guys as well.
Yes, absolutely. Lots to look forward to.
There is indeed.
Yes. Well, Dave, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Salt, Pepper, thank you so much for joining us too. Now, Wildlife Images Rehabilitation and Education Center is open daily on Lower River Road in Grants Pass. Stop by to learn more about animals and conservation efforts, and also to meet ambassadors like our new friends Salt and Pepper here. And mark your calendars for Sunday, April 27th for their first annual baby shower.
And not just that, then coming up on May 3rd, there is the Wildlife Gala and Auction, followed the next weekend by a special Mother's Day brunch on Sunday, May 11th. For more information, visit wildlifeimages.org. Dave, Salt and Pepper, thank you so much for coming in this morning. It was a pleasure.
It's been a chunk of heaven for us as well.
Oh my goodness, we'll be right back.